was conceived. And something happened, or he needed to get back, and I don't know whether, I think Mom really liked it.
She did. She told me she did like that.
They moved back to Henry because Mom wanted to go back up there. They moved back to Henry and probably moved back in the same house there in the alley.
We'd all be Minnesotans.
And,
Yeah. We wouldn't be sitting here tonight.
Wow.
yeah, and then I was born in Henry Hospital in '34. Speaking of that house, I can't ever let anybody go without Lorraine's story. And Lorraine, I want you to tell it. And,
no.
And because I'm not sure if you remember it all, or you only remember what we told you about it, or what?
I'm not sure if I remember it or I just think I remember.
Okay.
But I was supposed to be upstairs taking a nap, and apparently I didn't want to be up there taking a nap. And so I was downstairs, and all of a sudden I hear Mom saying, "You get up there and take your nap." And I started running up the stairs because I could see my mother coming after me. And I ran into the bedroom, and I was looking back to see if my mom was after me, and I went right through the window.
Oh.
And I went 2 stories.
The bottom was very close to the bottom of the floor.
Yeah, I came up where they put the coal in the coal bin, you know, into the basement.
Yeah.
And I have these like 3 little stitches to prove it still, but I went like this. And yeah, I'm still here, but I did go out the 2nd story window. That's my claim to fame when I was about 4 years old. Do you remember it?
Oh, I remember it. I was there. I followed it up, and I looked through the window, the broken window, and I saw your body down there.
And I'm like, what happened to me? And there was a lady walking
Mom
down
says,
the alley.
"Oh my God!"
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Was it a glass window or square?
Yes.
But the window was kind of low to the floor. It was just at a lower level
A
than
porch
most
window or
windows in that
something.
house.
So you
And I
broke
was,
glass.
oh yeah, I went right through the glass, right
So
through
what
the
you
bottom
landed in?
section.
What did you land in?
Well, we had a place where it's a little place where they put the coal in.
cellar
and
door.
It's
Yeah.
like a bin, like a little cellar bin. And there was concrete around it, and I just went like down that little chute. I was right there, and
Yeah.
And I just
You
put my
barely
hands
missed
out.
the concrete. You fell between the bushes of the alley and the concrete. And when we picked you up, you had small marks on your hands where you hit and broke the window. But other than that, you were breathing. We pounded on your chest, and just
so if that's why I'm so odd. You know
no
why.
hospital, no nothing, no
Nobody
X-rays.
was
Oh my God, no one went to the hospital.
Probably not. I'm sure. Okay, I got to pick up there because probably you just let Grandpa Doc fix her up. And Beaner just said, did they ever take her to the doctor?
Oh, yeah, I
And
went
I
to the
said,
doctor.
oh,
Yeah, I
you did go to the
remember.
doctor about that?
I had stitches. I still got the little
Oh,
scar
you
right
got
there.
stitches. Okay, so they took her to the
Scar.
doctor.
I had about
You did have
4
stitches?
Yeah, I
They
got
took
it
her to the
right
doctor.
on
Okay.
his hand where I just lost
But
it.
here's what happened to us, Lorraine. Every time we would visit Henry, Grandpa Doc had the veterinary medicine cabinet down in the
Oh,
basement.
absolutely.
Even though he was retired at that point, and he had old medicines in there. Anything that ever happened to us in Henry, if we were ever sick, he'd go, I'll figure that out. How much do you weigh? Okay, that's about this % of a horse. And he'd go down there and get some medicine, and we didn't know what it was, and Dad said, just take it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm allergic to sulfa to this day
Hey,
because
you
he
and me both.
gave me horse
Anything
pills.
we had, I'll give you some sulfa.
He gave me
I am
sulfa
allergic to
so
sulfa.
much.
Nice.
Yeah.
The least little thing, Dad say, oh, just take this sulfa, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what they used to do.
Yeah, I took a lot of horse
Yeah.
medicine in my
A
younger
lot of
days.
horse medicine. Yeah. That's what happened to us if we were sick in Henry.
I didn't know he gave the grandkids.
Yeah, he gave us that. I don't know why Mom let him do it, but she did. And
Bill, I think you have a...
Oh, cut it out. No, I was going to add it in there.
oh, you got a horse.
Yeah.
I have a horse story too. I had real bad athlete's foot when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and no doctor could figure it out in Henry. And Grandpa Doc decided to, he had some kind of
Sad.
no, Lorraine, I wish it was it was some kind of pig something, but I had to soak my feet in purple hot dye for a whole week.
Every day.
Every day. And my feet just turned purple. I couldn't go to the pool. I couldn't do anything. But the worst part about it, it didn't clear up the athlete's
didn't
foot. It made it worse. My feet looked like they're going to fall off. I had scabs, and it was just a disaster. And I remember my mom finally taking me to some doctor,
A real doctor.
and he said, what the heck happened here? We're going to get you fixed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He said, well, I went to a veterinarian.
No, my mom and dad sent me to a vet.
He took me when
That's
we
why
were
he's a veterinarian,
picnic.
not
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You remember that?
Yeah, because I think I had to put my foot in it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you ever get rid of that? Because that was really bad.
I went to a real doctor
Real
and finally got it figured out. So,
Whenever we would come back from being overseas, we thought it was the most fun thing in the world to go to Henry because these girls had so much freedom that we never had. And my mom would always gather us around and say, now, the girls in Henry have a lot more freedom than you're used to. Stick really close to Gwen and Susie and Cindy because they know the ropes, and don't mess with the boys. Okay? And then, of course, Mike and Bill and Chip were running around the yard on their bikes and just going wild. And most of the time, you guys were screaming about something. And so we were like, ah, ah, ah. You know, as long as we stayed next to Gwen and Susie and Cindy, we would be okay.
I was going to share a funny story. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. A lot of my memories are with Gwen and Susie, of course, because every time I came to Henry, that's where we, us girls, just ran around, went to the pool, whatever. And
louder, Chris.
except I was always mad because they had to go, detassel corn all day, and I had to sit around and wait for them to get off work. But most of the time, Gwen and I are the same age, and Susie's a little younger, so I have to maybe publicly apologize that we used to try to ditch you and get rid of you.
Oh, poor Susie.
I mean, in retrospect, that wasn't very nice, and I'm so sorry. But she got us back really good one time. We were coming home from the pool, all three of us. And how far is it from the pool to Grandma's house? What, a quarter of a mile?
4 blocks.
Oh, it's more and four. Trust me.
4 or 5 blocks.
Especially when you're carrying somebody, because as soon as we left the pool, me, Gwen, and Susie, all of a sudden Susie's screaming and griping because she got stung by a bee and her foot hurt. She couldn't walk and all this stuff. So me and Gwen, all the way home, do you remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Took turns carrying her on piggyback, and every time we trade, she'd be hopping around, crying and screaming. And I give her to Gwen, and Gwen gives her back to me, and we're like, we're almost home. As soon as we get back to Grandma's house, Susie just hops down and says, thanks, guys, and takes off.
How old is this?
I don't know how old you were, but you
Young
got us
teens,
back.
maybe.
You gave her a ride.
I
Did you
have
back
a
her
story.
up? Oh, my
I
I was forever thankful for
Yeah,
Jane.
I remember because we carried you home.
Oh, my. So much fun story.
I
My
have a
senior
story.
year in the spring, I was wanting to go to Illinois State, and for some reason, Mom just didn't buy into that. Earlier she bought into the fact that I should go to St. Bede in 7th grade and study to be a priest. And I tell you, the downfall of the Catholic Church and the priesthood would have been many decades before had they accepted me into the priesthood. So I successfully got by that challenge and went through Henry High School, but they were not at all, Dad didn't, he was ambivalent about it all, let Mom handle that. But somehow she arranged for some guy to come in that was selling this quack program on college education from Nebraska, and it's college education at home. And he laid it all out for Mom and me, and I thought, this is crazy. And Gene landed upon the scene, thankfully, and he listened to him for about 15 minutes and told Mom, he said, you know, that's it, we'll call you, there's the door, get out. And then he pulled me aside and he said, that's a bunch of crap. He said, I asked him one question, and that was, if he goes through this for 1 year, 2 years, 4 years, whatever, does any of it transfer to a college? He said, no. He said, that was it, done, out of here. And he turned to Mom and said, Jiggs should go to ISU, let's not have any more discussion about it. And that did it for them. That ended that particular issue, but Gene supported me on that. And Gene was in cross country. I remember he was telling me as a freshman at Illinois State, we had Joe Cogdell, an old codger who curmudgeon, and Gene was complaining at one cross country meet that it was really, really cold out there in practice, and Cogdell brought him some, like a Bengay, only it was called Red Hot, and Red Hot was about 10 times stronger than Bengay, and Gene's inner thighs were hurting. He said, just rub it on those inner thighs and you'll be, you know, you'll get out there and you'll run in that cold weather and you'll feel good. Well, he got it a little bit too far up in his groin area. And he started sweating, and he got 2 miles, and he thought his whole lid of his head was going to come running off. And he ran the fastest he'd ever run. He went right through the tape, and Coggle came out. He went right by Coggle. He was stripped by the time he got in the locker room, and he got that cold water in the shower. He came back out and he quit cross country. He says, "That's it." He says, "That coach doesn't know what he's doing." He almost ruined my.
Jiggs,
Your
tell us
children
about
will not be here.
Jiggs, tell us about Meadowlark Lemon.
Meadowlark Lemon. Oh well, yeah, that Meadowlark Lemon was a globetrotter, and the Globetrotters came through and played Henry, and we gave him a pretty good tussle, and he didn't like being shown up, and in high school I kind of developed the ability to jockey back and forth. Tom, do you remember any of this with the defensive guy that I drop it between their legs and then pick it up on the other side and then lay it up? Well, I did that with Meadowlark.
You bunched it through his legs?
I don't remember Jiggs because I was probably reading comic books.
He was reading
I
comics.
go to the game, but I didn't pay much attention.
Play much.
I'd clap when everybody else clapped.
Anyway, we had
didn't impress me.
a good game against the Globetrotters.
Did you do that to Meadowlark Lemon?
Oh, my
I tried to do it. He got embarrassed about it. So he said, "Hey, knock that off, kid. Knock that off. We're the stars out here, not you."
What year would that have been?
Right after graduated, probably 52, 53. I was in college by that time.
They played in the old Henry Gym, didn't they? When they
Huh?
they played in the old Henry Gym, the Globetrotters. Is that where they came?
I don't have my ears in.
I said, did the Globetrotters play in the old Henry Gym?
Yeah.
They came to Henry.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was, and they were barnstorming. They'd play everywhere. They had an open date coming from Peoria to Chicago or wherever, and we played them there. I don't have anything else. Anybody else have anything? But I wanted to conclude this by thanking again Lulu and Marianne for all of their hard work, for putting up with us and the preparation and carrying off really a magnificent job. And in honor of that, I have something that Lorraine and I and
And
Joni have put together.
Tom and I and
It's a
Joni
card,
and
and this is for where's Lulu?
Bingo.
I can't see. And this is Mary Ann's card. Where
Go, Kalita.
While they
we're
do that,
very
Jiggs, I
pleased.
forgot.
How about a big round of applause for everything?
Oh, that's nice.
A round of applause for the husband.
You're gonna tell a story. You get to
Quick, I have a
tell.
comment. I have a comment for Joni. I forgot. I talked to her on the phone tonight, and she wanted to tell you that she loved y'all, missed y'all, and she really wanted to tell you, go Cubs. Okay? Go Cubs.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Carlita.
Something to present.
Go ahead,
All the
Carlita.
girls have things, Dad.
Go ahead, Carlita. Go ahead. Go ahead. Stand up there, honey. Stand up
I
there.
know, I'm sitting.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
I'm not sure if I
Christy, Carlita's on right now. We're not talking.
Go ahead, honey.
it's about.
It's about Daddy? Okay.
Okay.
She's a storyteller.
So, it was like a Lego, I think, and my dog had ate it, and my mom asked him to go downstairs to find glue or tape, I forget which one. And he comes out, he says, I can't find the tape. And then mom asked him to try to find it again, and he said, came back up and he said, I can't find it again. So then she said, Carl Kaliher, if I go downstairs, find a glue or tape, I forget, something. And she went downstairs and found the glue tape thing and said, Carl Kaliher.
I can hear her say that.
Yeah. Do you want to do your talent?
I don't want to go first.
Well, Jiggs was first.
There isn't any first.
There's no first. Come on.
First has already happened.
What are you girls doing?
I don't know if I want to do it anymore.
You don't know if you want to do. You guys were practicing. You guys.
Doing it, not doing it. Not doing
You're
it.
not doing it. You want to tell a story, Bon?
I have a joke about the bike that
Where's your joke book?